I respectfully disagree. We can't discount the theory until I see the statue for myself. Then you can have your wish. Look at it yourself and see I'm right. Oh. This, I know, I've seen this somewhere before. This is the olive red? It's of such a feeling of art, I can practically smell it. This statue has a high amount of historic value. After it was unveiled at a museum in Europe, I brought it to this country to exhibit it.
Exhibit? Yeah. It's X to the Z, civet.
I believe a closer look is warranted here. Okay, dann machen wir das mal.
Oh, du bist so hübsch.
So this infamous olive red statue, What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Did you find something? There's something wrong with this picture. We should examine it more in detail. Ja, ich schaue jetzt mal im Organizer und dann gucke ich mal hier drauf. Denn ich meine, da war... Aha. Das sind aber gelbe Augen da, ne? Nee, nicht mit mir. Ich deduce sofort, ey. Oder? Na, dann wollen wir mal schauen, ne? Nochmal. Ich check das lieber nochmal. Aber es sind rote Augen. Ich bin doch nicht blöd. Eureka! These eyes are awfully orange, don't you think? Yeah, and pretty. They remind me of sunsets when I was in grade school, sir. I don't think you see what I'm talking about. No, I do, but it's really like the color of the sun when it's setting, sir. Ah, the memories. I remember standing out in that field spinning with my arms out. Hey, was labert, ne? I don't care about sunsets. Focus, detective. What color are the eyes in this photo? Huh? Ah, sir, they're red. As I thought, this statue is a fake. Mr. LeBlanc. What do you want? Do you not know I'm a busy man? I allow you 2 seconds for your answer. The olive red, I suppose, is your pride and joy, is it not? It is the biggest trophy on this European trip. Do you know why I wanted to possess the statue? The trigger started 17 years ago. Better grab a chair, sir. Sounds like this is gonna be a long story. Mr. LeBlanc, I regret to inform you, and you have my heartfelt sympathy, but... What is that? Sympathy for what? You see, I'd like you to compare the eyes. That large fellow there has very bright and pretty eyes compared to you. I wasn't talking about the two of us. I meant the eyes of the statue in front of us, and the one in this photo. Why the sun yelling? Now then, oh! It is a photo of the statue on display at the museum in Europe. Ja! Ja, so reagiere ich dann auch. Now do you see, Mr. LeBlanc? The statue before us is a fake. I believe that even further examination will be required, now that we have confirmed that this is indeed a fake. There must be some sort of proof that this was brought on board in Saint-Far, and I will present to you evidence that will resolve the remaining contradiction. Noch mehr. Ach, hier! Nee. Das Teil ist da drauf. What's this? The statue looks like it's stepping all over its neighbor's cloth cover. It kinda resembles its owner's attitude in a sense. What did you say now? Further, my clothing hem is not being stepped on by anyone. It is too expensive for me to allow that to happen. Please forgive the trespasses of my subordinate. Why should I forgive if the dress passes? Unless it is an expensive dress, you keep it. Okay. Was? Ich dachte, das wird zeigen, dass er... Hä? Vielleicht die Koffer? Too bad for Mr. Herr, but the design is unmarketable. Oh, why don't they sell them in the Apple? Das ist nicht richtig. Ich glaube, das ist nicht richtig. Ja, ich weiß. Aber ich muss wahrscheinlich wieder deducen, oder was? Das ist aber doof. Ich weiß jetzt gerade nicht, was ich deducen könnte. Just dusen. Ja, keine Ahnung, ne? What have we here? It says Saint-Far Express on... Ah, ja. Da haben wir es, ne? Ja. Wenn das in Saint-Far draufgepackt wurde, dann muss das ja auch irgendwie, Was hat er da nochmal gesagt? Was ist das? Looks like it's stepping on this. Ah, okay. Deduce. Ich hoffe, das ist das Richtige, was ich jetzt hier... Komm. Okay. Das ist natürlich... ihr wisst, was ich meine, ne? Wenn das links in Sengfa draufgepackt wurde, dann muss die Statue auch in Sengfa, weil das tritt ja auf das Tuch hier. Aber wie kann ich das halt zeigen, ne? Ja, ich versuch's einfach jetzt mal so. Okay, das geht so nicht. Na, das ist ärgerlich. Okay, wie machen wir es? Ups, das wollte ich nicht. Okay, was sagt er denn hier zu What's this? This set looks like it's stepping all its neighbors close, aber ja, das habe ich doch schon alles. Mann, ich weiß, was ich beweisen will, aber wahrscheinlich habe ich das mit dem falschen Dings deduced. Ja, dann wollen wir schauen, was wir noch haben. So. Okay, dann werden wir das einfach so mal versuchen. Deduce. Mit dem hier. Mit dem hier. Ah, siehste? Ne, siehste mal, ne? There's clearly a contradiction here. Contradiction. What are you going on about? It's just a simple case of a car cover getting stuck under another piece of cargo. Bist du blöd, Franziska? Oh, that's not possible. But it is. It shouldn't be this way, but the statue is on top of the cloth. Supposing that the neighboring piece of cargo was brought on board in Sengfa. There's no way that any part of it should wind up under something from Europe. Which means that this fake statue was smuggled on board in Sengfa. But then what about the cargo certificate? Let me ask in return, what about Agent Hicks? Why did he come down here in the middle of the flight? There's only one reason why, to secure proof of smuggling activity aboard this flight. So you say, but I don't believe me. He had to do that in mid-flight. He could have just as easily inspected all of the cargo after the plane landed. That may be true, however, you have it backwards, Franziska. Sure, Agent Hicks could have waited until after the plane had landed. But he had reason for coming down to the cargo hold. Suppose he had found the fake at the airport, it would have been after the swap had occurred. At that time, the suspicion would naturally fall onto the statue's owner, who would have no way to prove that the statue was switched without his knowledge. Which means there's someone involved who's forging or modifying cargo certificates. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, gut, dass es wieder aufgefüllt wird. I guess the victim knew the real version of this was gonna get nabbed, huh? Yes, while this photo could be seen as nothing more than a simple souvenir, it was in fact taken to be used as a reference document later on. Ah, dieser Hicks, ne? Kluges Bürschlein. Next, Agent Hicks had to secure proof that the smuggling had taken place. He came down here to take a picture of the cargo hold. A rather empty one at that, right before the fake statue could be loaded on board. A photo of the hold missing a... what? A photo of the hold missing a valuable piece of cargo would have been proof enough. After that, all you had to do was hold the Sengfa cargo crew and arrest the smuggler. Exactly, this only goes to prove my theory. If the statue was not in the cargo hold during the Europe-Sengfa leg of the trip, there would have been enough hay from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death. Officer! Move the statue immediately. I want a thorough examination of the floor underneath. Now! Dieser Forensics, die sind auch so geil. Die sieht man nie, ne? Und es war schon selten, also es ist selten genug, dass man überhaupt die Polizisten in Aktion sieht. Also als der da gesagt zum Beispiel diesen Sultan aufhalten wollte. Miss von Karma, I'm ready to report my findings. Go on. After moving the Alif Red statue out of the way, we tested the area under it with luminol and there was a reaction. Ja. I see, there was a reaction to luminol. Ich sag jetzt mal luminol. An indication that there was blood in that spot. Can we stop looking at it now, sirs? It would seem that my deductions were correct after all. I suppose it would appear that way. The culprit cleaned the blood up where? And how do you think the killer did that? How did the killer clean up all the blood? Das ist eine sehr gute Frage. Mit dem Borgenian Cloth? Well, its blue pattern has been soiled by blood. Wo hab ich das denn? Ach so. Ja, machen wir einfach mal, ne? The killer used the bloody cloth I found inside the suitcase to clean up the mess. Ah, das war sogar richtig, ne? Wie cool ist das denn? I see, they had a need to clean up all the blood before the plane landed in sank far. Yes, because otherwise the cargo crew would have discovered it during the layover. So you guys are saying that the murder happened before the plane landed in sank far? There's no other conceivable timeline for the events of the murder. But if that is true, then that throws a certain person's testimony into doubt. If the murder occurred before we landed in sank far, then this becomes highly suspect. Ja, Miss Mealy's. Der hatte ich sowieso von Anfang an in Verdacht. Was hat sie denn nochmal gesagt? I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in his seat at 5 AM, you know? She claims Agent Hicks was alive at the time of the service calls, but that totally contradicts the facts, sir. But why would she lie about something like that? I think the only person who can answer that is Miss Mealy herself. Ich dachte eigentlich, ich wäre schon fast am Ende, aber es ist doch nicht so. Ja, natürlich will ich speichern. Ich glaube, ich mache noch ein bisschen weiter. Eigentlich möchte ich den Fall jetzt abschließen. Ach, das ist natürlich... Ja, versuchen wir es. Okay. Sie ist wieder am Pennen. Ist ja klar. Miss Mealy. Miss Mealy! Huh? Do you recall what you said earlier? About when you answered some service calls as we were departing from Sangfar? You said that Mr. X was sitting in his seat at that time. However, that is simply not possible. Because Mr. Hicks was dead long before we ever touched down in Sangfar. Oh. Miss Cammy Mealy! Maybe I didn't see what I thought I did. No one could make a mistake so large, Miss Mealy. But I make that kind of boo-boo all the time. This is going nowhere. There must be a better way of resolving this contradiction. Very well, Miss Mealy, if you please tell me about your alibi during the time span. From just before we were to land at 3 AM and 6 AM when the body was found. Are you telling me I'm a suspect, Mr. Edgeworth? Ja, das sage ich dir. Yeah. From 3 to 4 I was in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self. Oh, yeah. And from 5 to 6 I was in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self. Was? How is a man supposed to react to a testimony like that? Miss Mealy, wake up! She fell asleep again. It looks like the only way I'm going to be able to wake her up is by pressing her. Jupp, jupp, jupp. Wie geil, das wird... Okay, ich presse jetzt da, ey. Mein Gott, ich presse jetzt überall. Ich würde überall pressen, habt ihr verstanden? I'm awake. Miles Edgeworth, I demand that you do something about this flight attendant this instant. Why ask me to wake her when you can finally put that whip to an appropriate use? Ja, aber echt mal, Franziska. Hold it. No. Very well, correctly, food was being served in the first class lounge between the hours of 3 and 7. Okay, yeah, but that kind of stuff's run by Miss Rhoda. And what were you doing in the intense room all that time? At that time, eating and then having a most delicious cream. You mean you were neglecting your duties? No way, sleeping's part of our job too, you know. Oh, yeah. So, Miss Mealy, how many times do I have to repeat myself? Wake up! Oh, I'm awake. Guck dich. What did you whip me for, sir? Oh, what did I miss? A poor detective being on the receiving end of a lash in your stead. Really? Sorry about that. You can make amends for that by continuing with your testimony. And from 5 to 6 I was out in the flight attendant's room all by lonesome self.
Hold it!
So you were alone the entire time, were you? Yeah, no one else even popped their head in to say hi. Oh, well, I think a contradiction just say pop... okay, what should I do? Should I raise an objection? Ja, klar, keine Ahnung. Miss Mealy, that's a clear contradiction in testimony. What are you talking about? It's not possible that you were alone then through the whole time from... Okay. Was schauen wir denn hier? So, los. Das ist schwierig. Das ist schwierig. Okay. Ich lost the NSC when we took off again at... Okay, das war ihr. Ach, wo ist denn Miss Tenero? Hat Miss Tenero nicht irgendwie auch eine Aussage gemacht? Ach, ich bin ja so verwirrt. Nein. Nein, 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 nein. Was müssen wir denn machen? Jo, dann müssen wir das machen? Nein. Wieso kann sie denn nicht alleine in dem Ding sein? Ach, zwischen 5 und 6. Okay, okay, okay. Ja, aber ich weiß immer noch nicht. Ach, weiß es nicht. Okay, okay, okay. Ich habe keine Ahnung, was ich machen muss. Ah! Oh, das ist hier vielleicht? Ja, das ist doch richtig. I wonder if you would be so kind as to take a look at this receipt for what? It's for the suitcase Miss Terror bought. Now, if I may direct your attention to the timestamp. As you can see, it clearly says 5:40, Miss Tenero. Yes. Why is the killer here? I thought you'd have her locked up by now. I requested that she be present at the witness so that we may straighten out your complex lie. Ich mag diese Musik. Now then, Miss Tenero, between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m., you took a trip from first class down to the first floor in flight shop, correct? Yes, I went to the shop to buy a suitcase. After which I went straight to the attendance room to drop it off. And did you see Miss Mealy there at that time? No. So, Miss Mealy, where were you really between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m.? Oh, was war das? Ich schlaf weiter. Miss Mealy. The bathroom. I'll be the one to ask the questions here. Yeah, maybe that's it. I probably just missed her. Nature calls, you know. Do take me for a fool, that's a little too convenient to be true. But it's the truth, cross my heart. I don't have enough conclusive proof to counter-argue her at this stage. You don't believe me, do you? But please, won't you give me a chance and hear me out? Na gut. Try. Look, I know you're suspecting me because I'm one of the crew. But you think then maybe you should also suspect Miss Rhoda too? She's the one in charge of the elevator keycard in the shop, you know? If you ask me, that makes her super suspicious. Please leave Miss Tenero out of the conversation. Only you are under suspicion for now. I don't get it. Why are you covering for Miss Rhoda all of a sudden? Oh, now I get it. Maybe you've got your eye on Miss Rhoda. Of course I'm keeping an eye on her. I can't very well let her escape, can I? Never mind, but you want to know something? Miss Rhoda actually kinda like... I have absolutely no interest in people who can't appreciate my sense of design. Now's not the time for this sort of talk. Jeder steht auf Miles. Selbst die Typen. Ja, das ist weiter. But the thing that maybe you should also submit me to that too. She's the one in charge of the Belgian. Das muss ich pressen. And what are you in charge of, Miss Mealy? I take care of the attendance room. That doesn't count. Oh, but I spent so much time in there, it might as well be my responsibility. Mr. Edgeworth, Cammy is very talented in languages. So she assists passengers who may not speak English. Especially those who speak Borginian. She's the only one on this flight who is fluent. Oh, you mean that kind of what I'm in charge of? Why didn't you say so in the first place? What else could I have meant? Yes, so I'm really good at Borginian. She's fluent Borginian. Then I suppose you're in charge of processing documents in Borginian. Yeah, I take care of anything that has to do with Borginian. Very interesting. Ja, aber weiter. Okay. Willkommen in Borginian, says that you was load. Okay. Das muss sie doch gemacht haben. Das kann nicht anders sein. So you are the only one in this flight crew that speaks Borginian? Is that correct? Ach, die geht mir auf den Sack. Oh, yeah, I guess so. I studied abroad. Here for a while. If that is the case, then the signature on this document belongs to you, doesn't it? This is a falsified piece of documentation with only one purpose. To lead anyone who read it to believe that Mr. Levon's statue was loaded in Euro. The only person who could have either prepared or processed this document in Borginian is you, Miss Mealy. Without your participation, the smuggling of the olive red could not have occurred.